Well, you got to rely on the records, and I kind of agree with Verlander. There's just too many guys that aren't home run hitters hitting home runs today, but that's what baseball wants. When you say that, you're not blaming the players. The players go to the ballpark and they play whatever balls they put out there, okay? It's not the players' fault that most of the new stadiums are bandboxes. When I say bandbox, it's like playing in here. I mean, the balls are flying out of the ballpark. You've had 3 teams this year already hit 8 home runs in a game. One team did it twice, Minnesota. The Yankees hit 31 straight days of home runs. That's not normal, okay? But that's what baseball wants, and that's what they got. Then, I don't know what that All-Star game was. They must have brought up the Little Leaguers that play in that All-Star game. Because one team had 5 hits, the other team had 8 hits. But if you watched the All-Star game, did you? Did you watch the Home Run Derby? It's amazing the difference, because the Home Run Derby accounted to the guys that were participating. They were going for $1 million. The All-Star game meant nothing. You know, when I played in All-Star games, and I played in 17 of them, we were playing against the American League to show the American League we were superior, because we didn't have interleague play then. And we won 16 out of 17 because we took the game seriously. You know, I'm a firm believer that anytime you play any sporting event at any level, you got to take the game seriously. You got to have a reason why you're playing the game. And 99.9%, the reason is to win the damn game. That's why you play. Okay, I could be wrong, but that's my own personal opinion. Because I played with a bunch of winners in a bunch of years. Okay? I surrounded myself with positive winning people, not negative losing people. There's a lot of teams today that have a lot of negative people on it. The good teams don't. I was on a good team for a lot of years on 2 different cities. Did I answer your question? Okay. Just checking. You know, I work in Las Vegas. 20 days a month, 4.5 hours a day, I sign autographs. And kids come in all the time, and all their mom and dads want to talk about, well, he hit a home run the other night. Well, did he win the game? Well, no. And who gives a shit? Did the home run win the game? Then I care about it. Okay? But you got to remember, I talk differently than most people because I won 252 more games than anybody in the history of sports. So I know all about winning. And I tell kids every day, would you rather get a C or an A? Would you rather win the game or lose the game? It's not rocket science. That's what we have to teach our youth today. The difference in winning and losing. The difference in getting a C or a D or an A. It's important. But you have to teach them that. Everybody thinks they can just hit home runs and go to the promised land. Doesn't work that way.
We got one question over here, Mr. Rose.
Can you just give my wife a happy anniversary? She's a big fan of yours, and I want to say I gave her a rose for her anniversary.
Give your wife, what'd you get?
Say happy anniversary.
Did you get caught cheating? You're going to use me as an excuse?
Maybe.
That's the only rose he can get.
Happy anniversary. What's her name?
Adrian.
Serena?
Adrian.
Serena was last week, huh? Yeah, just kidding.
NFL Network.
Hey, Pete, you know, there's this heavy analytical push now that says, you know, you take out your pitchers after 2 times through the lineup, and you came from an era that was, you know, tons of complete games. I think the AL leader right now is 2 complete games. It looks like we're at a point now where we're never going to see another 300-game winner at a pitch.
I agree with that. But you know, I get a kick out of these people who say, well, it's the 3rd time through the lineup. Well, let me tell you something. When I played baseball, and I played for 3,500 games, okay? And every time I played a baseball game, I knew the pitcher was pitching. I didn't need to see him two times or 3 times or 4 times. I knew what he threw. Okay? So it didn't help me by facing him the 3rd time. And if it did, it was only because he was tired, not because I know what he threw. See, you have to know the guys that what they throw, or you can't hit it. I tell people this all the time. You might think I'm crazy when I tell you this, but the easiest place to hit today is the big leagues. It is, and I'll tell you why. You sign it, you make the big leagues. The lights are better. The umpires are better. Pitching control is better. And maybe most importantly, you're facing the same guys year after year after year. They don't get better. They don't change their philosophy. And I don't give a damn who you are, what color you are, how much money you got. You're going to make 7 out of 10 outs and go to the Hall of Fame. What others is it? LeBron James shoots 3 out of 10? Are we buying that 26? If Tom Brady completes 3 out of 10, are we buying that 12? No. So, just accept the fact. I made 10,000 outs. I did Reggie Jackson's radio show about an hour ago. I made more outs than he got at bats. And he was the first to tell me that, by the way. Smart ass. He told me he was Mr. October. I said, Reggie, listen, I was Mr. April, May, June, July, and August, and September. You were Mr. October.
One more question, guys.
What do you make of the AL West race?
AL West, you mean with Houston? Texas is hot right now. They're playing hot right now. But Houston's a class of that division. You know, they got some good pitchers. Good. They're getting healthy. They'll get Correa back. They got Springer back now. Altuve's back. You know, listen, all I do is watch baseball every day. I live in Las Vegas. And I follow the game religiously. But Houston will win that division. And Texas will probably be a wild card. I'm happy for Texas. I watched a game or two last night, I guess it was. Everybody in the audience has got a fanning themselves. They need that new stadium, man. Get that retractable dome down there. But when I played, I like it when it was hot. You know why I like it when it was hot? Because it's tough on pitchers. I hate pitchers. Pitchers are trying to get my ass out. I don't like pitchers at all. Yes. You mean a collision at home plate? Well, I wasn't one of them guys that ever run into a catcher. Listen, it's a baseball play. I'm sorry the guy got a broken nose, okay? He should look at it like, was he safe or out? Was he out? Did the guy hold on to the ball? But the guy that made the slide got a 2-day suspension. What, you get suspended for playing hard? Already you can't break up a double play. You can't pitch inside. You can't knock over a catcher. What are we trying to do? Are we just trying to make it a non-contact sport completely? It's ridiculous. You know, this is the 150th year anniversary for baseball in Cincinnati, Ohio. We were the first team in 1869. Okay? And for 140 years, baseball has been pretty successful. Now, all of a sudden, these new guys graduate from Yale and Harvard. They didn't want to change all the damn rules. Leave the guys play the game. Forget about changing the rules. You know, worry about speeding up the game, okay? You're not going to speed up the game when you have 6 minutes of commercial every inning, and there's 9 minutes. That's 54 minutes of commercials every damn baseball game. And they're going to speed up the game? Who's in a hurry? You ever watch the Mavericks play the last 2 minutes of a game? You ever watch the Cowboys play the last 2 minutes of a game? It takes forever. You know, here people are fickle. Let me tell you why. If you're a Ranger fan, you go to the game tonight, and the game takes 2 hours, and the Rangers lose 1-0, you're pissed on the way home. You come back tomorrow, and the Rangers win 15-2, and the game takes 3 hours and 40 minutes, you're happy as hell on the way home. What's the problem? Slow down. It's just like people complain about the price of tickets for a baseball game. Well, I spent $50 on a ticket, but I spent $150 on concessions. Well, eat before you go to the ballpark. When you watch the Rangers on TV and they start panning in the audience, everybody's eating. Do you go to the game to see the game or go to eat? You ever notice how at the airports, everybody's always hungry? Does flying an airplane make you hungry? Does going to a ball game make you hungry? Got to have 5 beers. Hell, that's $25 right there. $45. Quit bitching. Eat before you go. I mean, what the?
Last question.
You said that 3 times
I know,
now.
dude. I'm sorry.
Where else am I going? My airplane's at 4 o'clock. Just shut up and sit over there.
Yes, sir.
Just
yes,
kidding.
Sir.
Baseball has a marketing problem, and what do you think about how the NBA and NFL kind of flips?
Well, I can tell you 3 things I know for a fact. Home runs are up, strikeouts are up, and attendance is down. Now, you can answer the question why you think that's happening. But I don't think the lords of baseball are doing anything to make the game more exciting for you and I as fans. Unless you think going and watch a team hit 8 home runs in a game is exciting. You ever watch ESPN replays at night? I used to work on Whip Around on Fox. The whole damn show's home runs. Home runs every night. You never see a guy make a great play. You never see a guy steal home, steal second, steal third. Get a guy to third, get him in on a sacrifice fly. They don't play baseball now. They play home run derby other than the night before the All-Star game. They play home run derby every night now. Yeah, last night there was a no-hitter. Angels pitched a no-hitter on the kid that died's birthday. Strange, huh? You.
Your betting stance changed throughout the series based on the
My batting stance changed?
I'm watching when I watch you can do betting stance. I've seen
Well, let me tell you something. If it did, I didn't know that. And I'll tell you why. Because normally I stood right there. And sometimes I got lower based on the background, the sunshine in the center field. Because I remember one time my wife told me on the way home, you were crouching more tonight than you did last night. Was because I couldn't see. And I made the adjustments in my mind, but I didn't realize I was crouched lower. You understand what I'm saying? The secret to being in the batter's box is to be comfortable. Okay, you got to have a comfortable stance. I sleep on my side. You sleep on your back, you sleep on your stomach. Our grandmas could sleep in a chair. Why? Because she's comfortable. You can't hit a baseball if you're not comfortable. If you're up there and you're uncomfortable, you got to think about that guy throwing the damn ball. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to be comfortable. That's the first thing I tell kids. Get a comfortable stance. Don't emulate my stance. Don't emulate Babe Ruth's stance. Get your own stance. And if you're uncomfortable, you won't hit. If you got a toothache, you can't sleep. You got a headache, you can't sleep. You got a headache, you can't hit. It's not rocket science. We make it so difficult. Plus you don't even look like a hitter, for Christ's sake. Huh? Does he look like a hitter? You look like a 220 hitter. And you weigh 175. Well, I don't understand all that, to be honest with you. I don't mean to play stupid. But I want you to tell me a team that has won the World Series in the last 5 years because of analytics. Could you tell me a team that won the World Series? It's just like I don't believe, you probably do, Moneyball don't work. Moneyball works for you if you own the team. Because I'm going to develop him and get him to the big leagues, then I'm going to trade him to him. I'm going to save you money as an owner, but I'm not going to help the team win. It's all about winning. The hell with Moneyball. Derek Jeter took over that team in Miami. They're averaging 9,300 a game. We got a new team in Las Vegas, AAA, averaging 9,800 a game. Sold out 33 straight games. What did Jeter do? Got rid of Stanton. Got rid of D. Gordon. Got rid of Ulich. got rid of Sano, why would you get rid of all the Latin players in Miami? Miami's all Cuban. You got to give them something to go to the ballpark to root for. Right? You can't rebuild in baseball. It takes too long. It takes too long to rebuild. And by the time you rebuild, the star players are ready to go to greener pastures for free agency. You know, if I'm a ticket holder for the Marlins and they say I'm rebuilding, okay, tell me when you're rebuilt and I'll come back to the ballpark and spend my money. That's the worst words in sports. We're rebuilding. You don't want to hear it as a fan. I don't, do you? Well, you agree with me then. Thanks for your attention. Appreciate it.
Do you want to see baseball back in Montreal? Should the Rays move there?
The Rays might play some games back there. Montreal is a great city. I played there. And it's a hockey city. And because they sell out 3 games in spring training, don't mean they're going to sell out if they play 15 games. And plus, it's hard to sell out a team that has another team's name on the front of the jersey. You understand what I'm saying? That's like going to El Paso and wearing a Texas Ranger uniform. You're not going to sell out. You might 1 or 2 games, but you won't 15 or 20 games. But I'm not against Montreal. Parlez-vous Marseille. What the hell do I care? Have a good day.